Welcome back to the Not Girls with Lorren and Bree and
Aubree. This is crazy.
We have our first guest.
Mm-hmm. We do. Episode 7, we thought lucky number 7, we're going to bring on one of my best friends. This is Aubree.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I am too.
Aubree has a lot to talk about, so I'm excited to get into this.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to teach me a lot of things.
I'm nervous for you.
Okay, so start us off. Tell everyone who you are, a little bit about you.
Okay. I'm Aubree. I'm 29. I'm old as shit. I'm a wife. I am married to literally the male version of myself, which is really sad. Like if you ask Lorren would be like, it's bad. We're so bad together. Actually, I have to say this because this was in one of your previous episodes. And I thought about it and I was like, fuck, Lorren's talking about me and Andrew.
When?
Because you were like, when couples are mean to each other in front of other people, and my husband and I are like, you're such a dumbass. You fucking like, or like Lorren was like, when you play cards and if Ricky would call me out, we would wait and we'll talk about it in the car later. And I'm like, oh, no. Like Andrew and I would totally call each other out in public. I was like, Lorren maybe is talking about us.
No.
But that's me and my husband. We are very much so like that. I have a 9-month-old baby and I'm a nurse. I'm from Hayes. That's where I met Lorren. That's all about me.
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah. I'm so boring.
No, you're definitely not.
Yeah, you're not boring.
Okay, so let's talk about, let's go back and talk about how we met. I want to get your perspective, and then if there's anything that's different, I'll talk about it.
Oh, I was like, I don't know if I want your perspective. No, I'm just kidding. So I met you at the gym.
Mm-hmm. And it's her hometown, my college town. We went there. We were both members of this gym.
Yeah. And I had just started working out. So I was not a seasoned lifter.
Mm-hmm.
Lorren was. Mm-hmm. You did powerlifting in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't touch a weight in high school. No. Probably messed up my nails or something. So I just remember that you and your friend, I don't think you're still friends anymore. I know you're not still friends anymore. Ooh. I don't know why I even said that.
Oh, yeah.
No. So I was like, I don't think you're still, but that was who Lorren lifted with every day. And they were intimidating. They were not,
I can I can see that.
They were
Everyone's intimidated by Lorren.
It's her face.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
But she didn't ever smile. And you lifted with Ricky too. And Ricky was he probably still is very serious about lifting.
Yeah.
But at the time it was oh fuck. You don't mess with those people. And so I remember one day, her and her friend were squatting, and I had squat on my lift that day too. And so I was like, hey, would you spot me? I'm pretty sure I borrowed your belt that day.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She helped me hit a PR, and she was actually nice. She wasn't a bitch.
Yeah.
Her face just was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to go talk to Lorren.
But even then, I didn't want to talk to her. I was like, I have to. But I needed help. And... yeah, Lorren helped me. And then after that, it was kind of the rest was history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our relationship took off from there.
It for sure did.
I think we went to a Disney movie together after
We went to a movie. No, we went and saw that personality, that scary movie. Split. That guy with all the different personalities.
We did go to that movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
was like, I think we went to a movie together.
Yes, we did. Because I have it on my Snapchat memories that comes up every year.
So were you going to college too? Or were you just living in your hometown?
I hate to say this, but I think at the time that Lorren went to college, I already graduated college. I had my LPN at the time.
You had your LPN, and then you were just working as an LPN for a little while. And then when I got into nursing school, that's when you went back to
my RN.
For your RN.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to school-ish.
Yeah.
So we both were going to nursing school at the same time, but I was going to Fort Hays State, and she went to
our technical college.
The technical college. So we would study together, but we were not in the same class together and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, so then we started hanging out more at the gym, started hanging out more outside of the gym.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just became really good friends after that.
I became Lorren and Ricky's child.
Yeah.
That they didn't have, but I was their kid.
Yes.
Our child that was older than us.
And I never left them alone.
that's
Lorren
how I
would be
am.
Ricky and I are going to go do this. And I was like,
can I come?
So can I come?
Yeah.
I'm coming too, right? Where are we going?
Yes.
She'd be like, Ricky and I are going to go get food. And I was like, sweet. So where are we going?
Those are the best though.
Yeah.
That was how it was every time. And then like the restaurant that I worked at in college, if I was like working the closing shift, Aubree and Ricky would come together and come see me at work.
We would go see Lorren. I wrecked
That's
my
cute.
car with Ricky in the car. Ricky had a little Toyota at the time, and it was snowing bad.
Yeah.
And Lorren had to go to work, and I was like, Ricky and I were like, let's go see Lorren, like texting Lorren, we're going to come see you.
It was half price apps night.
Yes.
Ooh.
And so I texted Ricky, and I was like, who's driving? And he was like, I don't think my car is going to get out. And I was like, mine will. And I drove into a storm drain. And my steering wheel, like, here's the 10 and 2. My 10 and 2 was over here. And my tire on this side was in like this.
Oh my gosh.
Bitch, I drove it to the restaurant still. And we got there because we didn't get out. Ricky and I did not get out. Like,
We don't
were
wanna
just
see it.
We hit it. We don't have to call the police because we didn't hit a car. We didn't hit a person. We hit a drain. So we left. And then we got to the restaurant and I was like, we can't drive
Ricky
this
was
car
like,
anymore.
that car's not leaving this party.
And it
Oh
didn't.
my gosh.
The guy that fixed my car was so disappointed in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Embarrassing. Yeah, it was embarrassing for sure.
Okay, so let's kind of go off of the topic of how do you feel, like, what advice do you have to other girls if they are scared to go approach potential girlfriends in
Okay.
a public setting who may have RBF?
Yeah.
Do it.
Just
Do it.
But sometimes girls have RBF and they're bitchy.
100%.
Because I had a girl that I worked with. This has like a huge backstory to it, but I'm not going to get there. But she ended up being a see you next Tuesday. But she had RBF and I tried really hard to be her friend at work because I was like, maybe we could be like decent people.
Yeah.
No. She was like truly a not nice person.
Not a nice person. Yeah. I feel like you discover that quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's not something that takes you a long time. It's like
Yeah.
you kind of talk to him and then you're like, oh, you like it's not just your face, you're actually a bitch.
Well, and then it's also kind of just a rule that all girls automatically assume that all other girls hate them.
Yeah.
Like it's just an unseen rule that if I am out in public and I see this chick, I'm like, oh, she fucking hates me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I fucking hate her too.
Yeah.
But then you start talking and you're like, oh,
Oh, we kind of get along.
this
Like,
chick
it's
is
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was scared of you, I'll be honest. But you're not scary.
I know.
No.
I mean, you
You're
are.
not.
You can be.
I can be.
Depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah. To people that cross me or.
Yeah. But like other than that, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
See, I have an issue with girls just being so dry
yeah.
Yes.
that I'm just like,
Like, you
yeah,
have to have a
I
personality.
don't want to talk to you.
Yes.
Or like once you're in the conversation with them and then you're like, you're dry, it's just kind of like, so where do I go from here?
Yeah.
Like, do we sit here and awkwardly stare at each other or do we just.
Yeah, and I think that's why they have the
How does it-
RBF. It's like,
Yes.
oh, you just don't have
Well,
a
you
personality.
both
You actually aren't.
you both have very big personalities. So like
Yeah.
if you're conversating with someone that can't even reciprocate a little bit of that energy, like
Then it's like
it's
no.
you're getting
and
you're
that's
going
like a dry
nowhere.
personality
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I can't. I can't deal with that.
But I feel like I'm the type of person that like I might still try, and it's kind of sad when it like just doesn't get
Yeah.
anywhere, and then it's like okay,
Do you have people that when they meet you, like, you know, oh, they don't like me?
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I have people, oh, yeah, they won't like me.
And it's because like
Our personalities,
I'm
yeah.
too much of a personality. There's
Yeah.
there's too much going on. I always but then I'm like at the same time I also cannot be very nice.
Yeah.
Lorren can tell you this too. Like I have a sister who is. Her and I are polar opposites, but we're also kind of the same person. Like she is the nicest person you'll ever meet. If you do something wrong to my sister, she'll just wear it. Like she's like,
Oh.
yeah, like they weren't very nice or like, but she would never confront somebody. Whereas I'm like, no, that
Yeah.
person was an asshole or they were a bitch, and I will say something.
Yeah.
Like they're not.
Call 'em out.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And that's like, I always tell people that I'm like, yeah, they're like, oh, you're Casey's sister. And I'm like, yeah, I'm her sister and I'm the not nice one. So please be careful. Like it's weird. We're the same, but we're also very different.
Oh yeah. I'd completely
funny.
agree.
And she's a huge personality.
Yes. That's where you guys are similar, is your huge personalities.
Yeah.
But then she is the more like timid, confrontational
yeah,
one.
No.
I think it's a good piece of advice if you are in like your early 20s and you are looking for a way to meet new people. Like the gym was a great place for us to
Oh,
meet
for sure.
because like it was an interest that we both had.
Yeah.
And we both kind of go out of your comfort zone to meet new people and talk to them.
And I also feel like the gym, though, is somewhere that people don't like to go out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
But even like in Topeka, I realized that like that's a big place to step out of your comfort zone. The gym is. Like I've met people there that I'm like, one of the people that I met there, she grooms my dogs. She has a key to my house to come let my dogs out. Like, and even there was one day it was a guy there. That sounds so weird. I'm married and I met a guy at the gym. But like I met him, he got to know my husband, and like now if we don't go there anymore, but my husband was like, yeah, I don't even remember what his name was. But he saw him at the gym and he was like, he's so cool. I'm like, see, look, like this is what happens when we just go out of our way and we get to meet
just
people.
start talking.
Like, it's a good place to get to meet people. That's even like at work.
It still gives me so much anxiety. I don't
Really?
like gyms. Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't
could see
do
that.
gyms.
It's definitely, if you're not familiar with it can be a very intimidating place.
Yeah.
Like we dealt with that all the time when we ran the gyms. Like people it was mostly always girls that would say like,
I'm new.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Or like we had a few girls that would like come sign up and then only walk on the treadmill. And I would be like, are you going to like go out on the floor and work out? And they would be like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of like encouragement to just be like, I get it. I promise you, even though you feel like everyone is watching you when you're out there,
They are.
not
Nobody
a
gives two
single
shits.
person gives a shit. They're staring at themselves in the mirror. Like they don't
Facts.
give a shit what you look like or what you're doing. If you have any questions about any of the equipment, you can always come ask me.
Yeah.
So I think just like asking questions and just going out of your comfort zone to ask for a spot or just help here and there, because everyone's willing to help. And if they're not, then they're a dickhead and just fucking tell them to fuck off and ignore them.
Yeah.
Because there definitely are those people like the gym bros that think that
Their shit don't stink.
and they run the gym and this is their area. You can't be in it. I'd be like, fuck you,
And
bro.
every gym has
Yeah.
those people.
Always.
Every gym has those people.
Always. Yeah.
No, no, thank you.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of Lauren's face?
I was
I
scared
think
of
this
her.
was in an episode.
Yeah, I was scared of her. I thought you didn't like me. I thought you didn't like that another girl was coming in to Moss Marketing.
It's her face.
Yeah, and I was like, shit, she hates that I'm here. She didn't even say hi to me. My first day, she didn't even say hi to me.
It's okay. She was like the girl at the gym though that like I would walk past and like I'm awkward, so I was like, like a lemur that's just like, hi, and Lauren was just.
She's like, who the fuck is that?
But then I'm like, damn, is she like so focused on her lifting, or is she just not friendly? That's what I thought of you. I don't want to know what you thought of me, but that's what I thought of you.
Did you lose your vape?
Yeah.
No.
Is it on the floor?
Oh, it just
It's in your
fell.
crotch. Now it's in the floor.
We're back in business now.
So did you lose your vape?
my God.
So do you have any mean girls in the nursing field?
So I just said that girl was this was like, okay, actually, I found out that this girl hated me just recently. So I did traveling nursing, went back to my old hospital, like my home hospital when I was pregnant. I spent my whole 9 months of pregnancy doing distance with my husband. I took a job going back to my home hospital, working 5 days a week in the cath lab. It doesn't make sense. Like a lot of people will be like, I don't even know what that means. You don't have to. But so I'm working down there one day, and a girl, she actually trained me on the floor that I used to work on. And I was like, oh, I called report up to the floor, and this girl was working, and she was like, your arch nemesis is working. And I was like, my arch nemesis? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, wait, why is she my arch nemesis? I was like, I didn't know she was my arch nemesis.
Yeah.
And she was like, you got her fired. Or you got her written up. And I was like, I did not. I
Yeah.
did not do that. She's like, yeah, when all that shit hit the fan on the floor. And I was like, I had nothing to do with that. But the reason why I knew I had nothing to do with that is because I had quit my job on that floor to transfer to where I was working. And she was like, oh, they blamed you for everything. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And the reason behind it is because they were bullying me. They were so fucking mean to me. So I will openly admit, I'm an extra person. And when I would work, like there would be nights I would go to work with my hair done, my makeup done. I wanted my shoes to match my scrubs.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to look
You
put
wanted to
together.
look good.
That's my job.
Yeah.
Like
And if you look good, you perform good.
Yes, and there were some times that I would go and I didn't look like whatever. It's nursing. So some days you don't feel like good, whatever. And they used to call me Barbie. And like it kind of pissed me off. Like I didn't ever take it and run with it. Like I wasn't like, oh, you're a bully.
Yeah. Yeah.
But another girl that we worked with felt bullied by them, and she knew that like they kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I didn't ever take it personally. Like I was just like, I'm here to do my job. I'm here to collect my check, take care of my patients. I'm out. Like I don't need to deal with you outside of here. And our boss did pull me in and ask me about it. And I was like, yeah, they call me Barbie.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes they give me
just
really
bitches,
shitty
yeah.
assignments, but I was like, I didn't think anything of it. And they apparently thought that I was the reason they got written up. And I had no idea. I go back to my job and I'm pregnant and this girl's like, yeah, that's your arch nemesis. And I was like, damn, she hates me for no reason.
Exactly.
Like, I had no clue.
It's her problem.
Yeah.
I saw a meme one time that said, if you are wondering how all the mean girls from high school are doing, ask them how their nursing job is.
I don't think I was a mean girl in high school.
I know. I can laugh about it because I was a nurse too, but I'm
Yeah.
like, it's so funny because
It is.
90% of all mean girls from high school transition to be nurses, and then they
Or
carry
they're definitely in healthcare.
yes, then they carry their
crazy.
mean girl mentality into the
Nursing.
like who the like calling someone a fucking Barbie, like that's all you got, bitch.
I know, literally.
That's all you
and
got.
like the thing is, I was like, there were some nights that I'd be like, yeah, screw you. Like, okay, piss off. Like, oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna get Barbie this person because it's a hard what? And I'm like, okay, fuck off. Oh, it's because I dressed cute to work.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it was like and somebody else thought that they bullied me, and I'm like, they are living rent free in that girl's head first and
Yes.
foremost. If she's
Yeah.
like wanting to write them up for it, but then the fact that it came back to me and that girl was like, your arch nemesis. I'm like, I don't have an arch nemesis. Like, I didn't have beef with. I mean, if I did, I didn't give two shits about it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I didn't care, I was quitting that job. Like, I was already
Yeah.
in a different position.
You
I
knew,
didn't
yeah.
care.
It's like
And
just
it's like if
stick
you
it
have
out.
beef with someone, you're going to tell them not. Just write them up and tell everyone else except that
So that's
person.
my other advice to nurses: stay in your own lane.
Yeah.
Or
Stay
like
in your
find your
lane.
little people at work
Mhm.
and like your little clique, but like don't. Because people are just bitchy in healthcare.
Oh yeah.
But like I worked in Minnesota when we lived in Minnesota, and there was not that there. Like
Really?
everybody there loved everybody, and you didn't work like just night shift or just day shift. So like I had to work night shift and day shift there,
Mm.
and it was so that you didn't have the like necessarily like
That's probably
cliques
smart
at
though,
work.
Yeah.
because then the cliques don't form.
And then you just have like really good colleagues. Like you work with everybody. And it was like, I mean, they had like the older people, I hate to say this, but like the geriatric nurses, what you always call them, like the older nurses,
Yeah.
who they didn't work night shift, but like they also didn't always all work together.
yeah.
So you got to work with different people.
Mhm.
But then like after I had that staff job in Hayes, I have not had a staff job since then.
Yeah.
Like I have been a traveler and now I'm going PRN somewhere. Well, I have 2 PRN jobs, but it's like I'm doing that because I don't want to deal with any drama.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Yeah.
like that. I literally go to get my paycheck and to go home.
I remember noticing it as a student, like when I was doing my
bad.
preceptorship in nursing school, especially like my capstone that I had to do
Mhm.
because I spent so much time on that floor.
Mhm.
The amount of drama that I saw between day shift and night shift
Oh, bad.
is insane.
Like
day,
versus?
yes, day
Okay.
shift would be like, oh, night shift is coming in, and they would always say because night shift usually gets paid more because
Yeah,
they're fucking
because
there
it's-
during the night,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
But then the day shift would always be like they have it so easy, and I'm
like not much happens at night, which
Yeah.
I can attest. I've worked days and nights. There are some nights that are not bad, but
Yeah.
then there are also nights where shit hits the fan. Another
Yeah.
time I got bullied. There was one of the nurses. She was an older nurse, and she always shit on me. Like it was just known, and I didn't mind because I was new. I took that position. Whatever. I didn't mind. It was cool. Shit on me. Give me a hard patient. I'm young. I'm new. I want to learn too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We ordered pizza one night. Pizza gets there. She gives me a hard ass admission. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll take this lady. And they're like, no, like she's coming to the floor, but like they couldn't get a line in her. And the lady was like tanking very, very, very fast. It was me, the hospitalist, a CNA, and the patient in this room. We're trying to find a line in this patient's neck because they couldn't get one outlying. She had a known blood clot. Like she was
Yeah.
dying, essentially. We couldn't get a line in her. And so the room that we're trying to get this line in, and we're all like gowned up sterile at this point. And I was like, I have to break sterile field because I have to go ask another nurse to go get me a bag of fluids because this lady was tanking so fast. I go into the break room because that's where she was eating her fucking piece of pizza. And I was like, I need a bag of fluids. This patient, like we're tanking. She was like, a bag of fluids? I'm like, I'm sweating my ass off at this point. And I'm like, yes. She comes back and there's an ICU nurse running down the hallway. This nurse is a badass. She's an NP now. We actually just ran into each other a couple weeks ago at my old job. She literally had to jump on this patient's chest in the hallway, taking her down to the ICU.
Oh my gosh.
While this other nurse was sitting in there just eating her pizza. Like, I'm like, Like, you get some nurses that are just so
See, like you
lazy.
should be
And they
fired.
Like she
that
wanted
is
you
bullshit.
to.
That's a life.
She wanted you to drown.
and fail. And yep.
Yeah, that's 100% how it is.
It's just like that sometimes. But like now, ever since I've gotten older, 'cause I'm older, but like, and I work with good people. Like I've never, ever since I kind of got out of that, it was the group of people that I worked with.
Yeah.
Once I got away from that, like the people that I worked with in like the cath lab or traveling, I've loved it. Like it's like,
Good.
I like you people.
Right.
Like not everybody in healthcare is shitty.
100%.
But once you hit the shitty ones, it's like steer clear. And you know them when you see them.
Yeah. Our biggest advice in the past episodes with like shitty people has just been like, call their asses out. Like, I think
and let them do it to themselves.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. But yeah, so mean girls in healthcare, mean girls in
General.
Yeah.
I don't do good with mean girls though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of conversations on mean girls, and it's just like a lot of times 99% of the time they were a mean girl in high school and they just like never got a life. So they think that they just have to continue to have this mean girl mentality. And like they get a high from like belittling people and putting people down.
I actually just had this conversation with my friends the other day, a couple weeks ago. And it's like there's that one person in a group that takes things too far.
Yes.
Like they find somebody to fixate on and to pick on. And then they don't let it go. Like my friend and I were talking about this and she was like, yeah, she's like, this friend finds somebody in a group that we're with and she just takes it a little too far. And it's like everybody knows, but it's like that's that person's way of like socializing almost.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but you don't realize how awkward you're making it for everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't do well. One time my friend got bullied not bullied, but like somebody was like, thought that her Halloween costume was racist. She was an Indian. And this girl was like yapping at her across the party. And we were just like, drop it. I chucked a drink across it just got brought up in a group chat the other day. Do you remember when Aubree threw a drink at somebody for being mean? And I was like, yeah.
See, that's where I'm at. I'm like, do I choose violence and like nasty words, or do I just shut up? And
I say both.
I know. That's why like I'm trying to figure that out.
I went to jail for battery once though. So
Yeah. Tell that story, Ob.
no. I accidentally spit a piece of ice at somebody.
Oh yeah, Lorren told me this.
Battery for spitting a
That's
piece of
stupid.
ice. It got dropped, but
Yeah,
it was cool.
That's wussy.
You still
pussy
got
shit.
handcuffed and shackled.
Ankle
Hey, at
shackles
least
and everything.
it's pretty badass that you could say.
And then when you go to
handcuffed.
jail and they hand you papers to fill out, I was like, here's my papers. And I'm handcuffed. And he was like, drop them on the floor and kick him out. And I was like, what? He was like, I can't have contact with you. Keep in mind, again, small town, everybody knows everybody. I was like, Bill, I have to drop this. And he's like, kick it out. And I was like, here's this slot where you handed it to me. And he was like, you have to drop it and kick it out. And I was like, and how do you kick it with ankle shackles on too? Like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. So at the time when I got arrested for battery, my ex-boyfriend, like my college boyfriend, his house got busted for weed.
Oh
And
shit.
so like in our jail was under construction at this time. So like you could be in this same like little cage. It was cage really. Like you could be in there with somebody else. But like all the people that are getting intake are walking by too. And I'm like seeing his friends go by and I'm like, what in the world? They're like, what are you here for? And I'm like, battery, what are you here for? And they were like, our house got busted. And I was like, damn, look at us. We're all having a good night together.
At least we're in it together.
My dad got to the jail before I did when I got arrested. The kid that arrested me was like, you can call your dad. And so I called my mom first. And my mom was like, Aubree, my hair is in curlers. I have to teach school tomorrow. You better talk to your dad. And I was like, damn it. And then the guy was like, I wondered what your dad was waiting out in the lobby for. They thought it was my brother. My brother used to be a troublemaker. And I was like, it's me.
Oh my gosh.
Would you do it again? Go to jail?
Now, no, because I have a kid.
True.
I don't want my kid to know that. Yeah, I do. I'm going to tell him someday.
Yeah.
Don't
give him a
don't
lesson.
spit a piece of ice.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
the dumbest
gosh.
thing ever. But
That is very dumb.
Yeah.
That is fucking stupid.
yeah, but the girl that hit me, she did get a few really good hits in the back of my head. So good for her. Like she did. She hit me hard. She thought I wanted her boyfriend, and him and I were literally just like really good friends.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. She hit me hard. I literally went down in chucks. Ew. I probably needed a shot in my ass after that. But yeah, I was like, damn, she got me good.
But you were turned around. So that's a cheap shot.
Literally, but by the time I turned around, she was gone. Gone.
So then you just hawked a piece of ice at her?
Apparently, I spit the piece of ice at her before she hit me. The reason why she hit me is because I spit a piece of ice at her.
Okay. Okay.
Because I said, bye.
That's
And
so
then-
fucking funny.
Yeah. Piece of ice. Gosh. Okay, so obviously everyone listening doesn't know everything about you like I do, but one thing that I think that you could definitely bring to the table is your history of relationships with
Toxic men.
toxic men. I like it. So,
I had a couple good ones that
Yeah.
you knew about too.
yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, let's talk about where do you want to start with that? Like how do you feel like you navigated not knowing, like clearly being blindsided and not see that this guy is a narcissist or toxic,
Yeah.
to now being happily married and you look back and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
So now that I'm happily married, I look back. Like, I thought about that on the way here, and I was like, at what point did I not see in my past relationship that I was like, how did I not know?
Mm-hmm.
So just to go back, if anybody listened to the last episode, it was your last episode that I wrote in and said that, yeah? About the 2 phones?
2 episodes ago.
2.
Yep.
So my boyfriend at the time would not let me be friends with you.
Mm-hmm.
Literally because Lorren knew everything. Like, and it was like she knew everything, but without knowing everything. Like, I don't think you really knew everything, but like you knew everything.
I was like calling it bullshit.
Yeah.
As it was.
You
like,
called the card what it was. People always say trust your gut. Like, if your gut is telling you something, it's probably right. And I just remember, like, I was like, oh my gosh, he's totally like doing shit behind my back. Like, he was,
Like what? Just like
so
stingy with his phone. And
this is so funny. I just will never forget his girlfriend that ended up moving across the state or the United States. She was saved in his phone as mom. And I didn't know that. So like the whole time that we would like be out to eat, I thought that he was talking to his mom. It wasn't his mom. It was his ex-girlfriend. And finally he came clean about it. Like he told me. There
What
was
the
another
fuck?
time that him and I were dating. She had a different boyfriend. And he told me that he broke up with me. Like a very abrupt breakup. We're breaking up. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I'm going to Colorado to go clear my head to spend time with my family. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend at the time, him and I were really good friends. Like we went to college together, we partied together. And I got a message from him and he was like, where is he right now? And I was like, in Colorado. He went to go see his sisters. Like we just broke up. Like I was like heartbroken.
Yeah.
And he was like, just so you know, they are at this hotel. And I was like, what? And he was like, she did not turn her location off. And I knew that was
Holy
the hotel
cow.
that they were staying at because he had discounts to, I don't even remember what hotel.
Yeah.
Marriott maybe? Is that a specific hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was another red freaking flag, like straight to my face.
Yeah.
And it did. Like it was like one thing after another. But then after that, we talked again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the 2 phones came into place. It was like one thing after another. Like at one point, then I said that he was in an Instagram.
Because God keeps trying to give you these signs and you're just like, oh.
Literally.
But like at the time though, like he had like demoralized me so much
yeah.
that I didn't think I had any worth.
yeah.
Like I thought that was going to be the only person that ever wanted anything to do with me in my entire life.
And you want to like believe what they're saying.
Oh, 100%.
He had like, I kept telling Aubree over and over, I'm like, Aubree, you are literally like fucking brainwashed right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like I didn't want to believe it at all.
Yeah.
And I will never forget, like I told you guys, his nephew posted an Instagram video of him with his tongue down another girl's throat. And I still was like, meh, okay. Our relationship, us being together, was not on social media.
Yeah.
I didn't want anybody to know that I was in a different state with him. I'm sure he didn't want anybody to know he was in a different state with me. He was dating somebody at the time. I didn't know they were dating. I had no idea.
Oh my gosh.
And my now husband, this is like such a God thing, I feel like, but he messaged me on Instagram and I think he was like, I think you're really pretty. We should go on a date sometime. It was something so random. And if you knew my husband, you'd be like, that's definitely something Andrew would say. Like, that's just you. And I was out of town with my ex. And I remember thinking, like I said at the time, I was like, he put it in my head. Like I could probably I couldn't anymore. It's been so long. but messages where he's like, nobody will ever put up with you. Like, he made it seem like I was the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody will ever put up with you. And my husband, I remember, I think my first message back to Andrew was, don't you have a girlfriend? Because again, I'm like, I will call it how I see it. If you have a girlfriend, do not message me on Instagram. Which, how can I say that? Because I was with my ex, but I didn't know that he had a girlfriend at the time. But Andrew was like, if you didn't want to go on a date with me, like, you could have just said that. Aww. And I was like, no, I do. But like, I'm out of town. I'll be back. And then I remember going to bed that night and I caught him texting his girlfriend, not my husband, the guy that I was out of town with. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is coming full circle. Like, maybe I am going to meet a guy that I like. Mm-hmm. And sure shit, I did. We got married. But like, I did not ever think that I was going to find somebody. And like, there's even times like, I'll tell my husband, like, I'm like, dude, I went through the ringer. And like, we went to a wedding. It'll be a year ago in December. They only knew his side of the story. Mm-hmm. And I never thought that there's always two sides to a story. Oh, yeah. I will 100% admit, like, I was not, after like all the different forms of abuse started happening, I was probably a toxic person in his life too. Because there were times that I was like, I caught you in the act of doing things. Like, sure, tell your friends I'm crazy, but I had very good reason for doing the things that I was doing. Mm-hmm. And my husband and I were at a wedding, and again, I never had to clear my name with these people because I didn't care to. I don't need to. I didn't, like, I was just like, whatever. And one of the guys, I said something about my husband being crazy. I was like, my husband's crazy. Look at him out there acting a fool. And I was like, but that's how I know I married my person. Yeah. Because I was talking about my husband. Look at him being crazy. And he was like, no, but you're a different kind of crazy. Like, I know you, and I know your past. You're a different kind of crazy. And it took everything in me not to like lash out and be like, you know, one side of the story. Like,
the narcissist fucking like, asshole I'm side.
I'm not that. Like, I'm sorry that that's what you heard about me.
Yeah. Wait, you're going to have to tell me who this was after this.
Yeah. And then when I met my husband, him and I were talking. Things were great. I was getting ready for his last football game of the year. Like, when we started talking, he was still playing college ball. Yeah. And like, I was so head over heels for him. It was stupid. Obviously, I still love him to death, but it was like, I was so obsessed with him. I am so obsessed with him. He's so fucking cool. But I will never forget, it was before his last football game, and it was a day game. So he was like, I'm going to go home. I got to go to bed early. Sweet. Okay. And I had just had a really traumatic accident at work. Tried to go to bed, and somebody rang my doorbell. And at the apartments that I lived at, it was kind of sketch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't even think I told you this story. I don't know. But I was like, the fuck? Like, who's here? And it was like 11:30. Again, I was going to get up early the next morning. Yeah. Like, it was like a thing for the college games. You get drunk, you tailgate, you go to the game. Yeah. And my doorbell rang, and I was like, what the hell? Who's at my house? And so I texted Andrew. I was like, did you just ring my doorbell? Like, are you playing tricks on me? And I didn't go answer because I was scared. It was night. Yeah. And
am I dying?
And then he didn't text me back. So I'm like, okay, it wasn't Andrew. Get a call from a number that I didn't have saved. Have you guys heard the Megan Maroney song, No Caller ID? It's just you, no caller ID. And it was a situation. But anyways, I was like, who's calling me? I answer it. It was him. And he was like, by another fucking lie. My mom got in a car wreck. Are you working? Because can you tell me if she's in the ER? I can't get a hold of her. And I was like, first of all, I'm not working. Yeah. That's HIPAA. I can't tell you if your mom's at the hospital. Could you even say that? I was like, that's illegal. No. I could not tell you if your mom's at the hospital. And I would not tell you. Yeah. Regardless of who you are, I would not tell you. And he was like, oh, actually, I'm at your apartment. He wanted to see if I'd answer my phone, wanted to see if I was at home to talk to him. And I was like, I am at home. And he was like, I just need to talk to you for 5 minutes. And I was like, out in the open. I will not talk to you privately. You will not come into my apartment. No. And he tried to tell me that he broke up with his girlfriend. And I was like, that's awesome. But like, I'm seeing somebody. Like, I'm not interested. Yeah. I think that one of my last things that I ever said to him was, I'm not a convenience store for you to come to and get things from when you need them. Yeah. And then you just get to leave. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. No. And I again was like so head over heels for Andrew that I'm like, I got this new man. Like fuck you. I'm like, this can't happen anymore. Yeah. Like, it's done. Like, I'm talking to somebody else. I can't continue to be walked all over. My hands are clean of this situation. Yeah. And the next day at Andrew's game, his friends were there and they were like, yeah, his situation's so messy. And now he's with his girlfriend meeting her family. And I was like, this is so weird because he just tried to come to my house last night to tell me that they were broken up.
I don't
crazy.
fucking get that.
It's so, and like,
Men are so stupid.
They are. And it took me a really long time, like, not necessarily with my husband though, because Andrew has always been very, we went through a bunch of, not a bunch of shit, but like before we started becoming official, he did not give me permission to mention this. I had to tell you this.
Oh.
Did she tell you?
Yeah, but I have a similar story so we can relate.
Yes! Marry that person.
No.
Oh, okay, don't marry that person.
Fuck no. Okay, you tell yours.
So we just had a little sticky situation. But to the one thing that I adore about my husband is he is very straight-faced. He's going to tell you exactly how it is.
Yeah.
Like,
whether you want to hear it or
like,
not.
Oh, bad. Like, I'm married to this man and he still will bully me. No, I'm just kidding. But he very openly at the beginning of us talking, he was like, I don't want to be monogamous. Like, this is my senior year of college. And I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, whatever. Play it cool, play it cool.
I tried so hard to play it cool. And he gave me something. I
think at least he was honest with you though.
Okay, no. This is so bad. How did I marry this guy and he's the best thing that happened to me? Because, ladies, I'm looking in the camera for this.
All right,
ladies.
give it to him.
If he doesn't text you back, but he messages your ass on Snapchat, it's a red flag.
Ah.
So we were through the whole, like, he didn't want to be monogamous thing. And I was like, okay with it at the beginning because I still wanted to get to know him. Like, I didn't 100% know how I felt about him either.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought he was really hot. And so I was like, cool. Yeah. We can still get to know each other. You don't have to just want me. Maybe somebody else will want me too.
Yeah.
I try to play it cool. Like, yeah, other boys want me too. Yeah. I wasn't talking to
I'm looking up too.
And I wasn't. I was at home in my bed eating Ben and Jerry's by myself. But anyways, and I was he would I worked night shifts, so he would come over and he'd snuggle with me in the mornings, and but he stopped coming over and then quit texting me back. So I was like, what the hell? And like a couple days had gone by. I had tried to message him. He didn't message me back. And then one day I wake up from work and I get a Snapchat notification from him. Because if it's on Snapchat, he can see if I screenshot it.
Oh.
He was smart. He was a smart little fucker.
What was the
telling me?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. If it's a secret, they always do Snapchat.
I didn't know that. I was so dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I still am like, you could get way over my head. And I was like, I had no idea.
Okay, so...
Oh, bitch, I got drunk at his football game and I told everybody. I blasted it.
I would too. Did he have a Navy comforter?
Okay, I told Lorren that I had never heard about this. Honestly, I don't know. Did he have
what was Andrew's room like when you first went over? Because Andrew was college football player, like...
And he was so cute. He's still so cute, but he had long curly hair, and I was like, damn.
Oh my gosh.
I can't raise my eyebrow.
Did he have his earring at the time?
No, I pierced it at the day of his brother's funeral.
Okay.
I pierced his ear with an IV needle.
That's nursing shit right there.
And then it went through and it just like was bad. We couldn't get it back out and get the, it was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah. So when you first remember going over to Andrew's house and like when he was in college, like
it was 100% the bed was on the floor. Like it was like the box
red
spring,
fucking
the bed.
flag.
Yes, red flag.
Fucking flag.
But I never stayed at his house. Like it was always just like, but I was always that type of girl. Like I was like, you come to me. Like,
really? See, I'm like, I'll go to you. I don't want you coming into my space unless I like trust you.
I don't want to go to your house because maybe I don't want people to know that I'm with you.
I need to start dating.
You should.
But it's scary.
No, it's fun.
Actually,
I don't know because now I don't think it would be fun.
Yeah.
So Bree she wants the guy to be very direct. Like she wants a guy to message her and be like, Friday night, 6 o'clock, I'm picking you up for a date. And I'm like,
my husband did that when we first started dating.
Yeah.
And it was like real, but
I need it to happen very natural.
Yeah.
Like the Hinge, I've tried Hinge, it just doesn't.
Apps suck.
Yeah.
Which I say that, but Andrew, we didn't meet on a dating app, but like we met on Instagram. But he was very direct with me. Like, and I will never, again, like I said, we were super wishy-washy. And then finally there was one day, like, I knew that he was talking to another girl, but like we had kind of decided like, yeah, we kind of want to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And finally I was like, listen, because I'm old. I mean, I'm 2 years older than my husband too. And I was like, I want to pursue things with you because I know that I like you. But like, if you don't want that with me,
or if you don't know, like,
then tell me.
Yeah.
But like, but we're going to be done because like, take a shit or get off the pot. But like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I will never forget. He was like, what are you doing? And it was like the next Saturday. And I was like, I don't have any plans. I'm not working.
Yeah.
He was like, great. I'm coming over at this time. We're just going to lay low. But then like, let's go out to dinner. And after that, it was just like, we were together after that. Because again, very direct. Like I was like, nope. I'm too old.
Yeah.
But he was a senior in college. So I was like, but if you still want to go have your fun, go have your fun. Like free ball. But like, you're not going to come back to me again. And I think that that's because of everything that I had gone through in my past. I was just like, I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. And I think that that's something that like girls need to know. Like, know your worth.
Yeah.
Because I did not know mine. I always tell Andrew, I'm like, you fucking saved me. Like in more ways than one. Like, I got out of my really toxic situationship. Was it a relationship at one point? Yeah, but it was just like situationship at that point. Yeah. But I like couldn't get out of it. Like I was still there was one
you guys
day
were in Colorado together.
Yeah. Well, there was even one day that I went back. Andrew and I were at my dad's business and my ex had walked in and I was like, here's my boyfriend. This is my boyfriend. Meet each other. This is exactly why I don't want to talk to you anymore. This is why you and I are not talking anymore.
It was like even to the point, so when I was living in Hayes and Aubree and I were really good friends and she was still with her ex and she had this opportunity to move away to Kansas City. Did I want my best friend to move away? Absolutely fucking not.
But she was like, go.
But I was like, Aubree, you need to leave and
Yeah.
go. And she did. And that was like, what was like 2 months? I was like, that was the best 2 months that you have ever had in at the time, best 2 months of your life.
Oh, and I was like having fun here. Like I was going on, I went back home. I came back home too much, but like I went on dates. I met different people. I allowed myself to go out. Like, and then I went back to Hayes and it was like black hole.
Instantly.
It was a black hole.
Yep.
And like I always say, like actually for my husband, I moved back for my ex to my hometown. What if I had done that, I would have never met my husband, which blessings in disguise. Like, shout out to my ex. Thank you. Thank you for that. But then Andrew's job was like, you have to go to Minnesota. And we were talking about getting married. Okay, cool. Or that we would get engaged. And finally, like, I think that my past relationship taught me to like stand my ground in like what I believe in. Yeah. Because I flat out told Andrew, like, I was like, we can do distance. Like, if you want to go to Minnesota, that's great. Like, we can do distance if you want me to just be your girlfriend still. Yeah. But like, if you want me to go to Minnesota with you, I have to have a tie with you. Like I'm not saying you need to propose right this second, but like I need to know that we are going to be more than what we are.
Yeah. I need that commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got engaged. I mean, it was a while after. I think we found out about his job in March or April and he proposed in June. June 26, 2021.
Wow.
6/26/2021.
Okay, what's your biggest tip on marriage? If you had to give one tip.
One.
Keep
it fun. And like truly, like I think that that's the, like, I feel like people tend to get like bored in their relationships. And this is something also, my friends totally make fun of me. And I will come on here and say this. I don't think Andrew will care that I say this. Like also once you have a kid, like you and I've talked about your sex life. And I'm sorry, this is a girls podcast. So I'm allowed to talk about sex,
absolutely.
Right? Okay. Sex is really fun before you have kids. And then when you get pregnant, it's really hard. It's really hard to do it.
Before you get pregnant?
No, when you're pregnant. Oh, okay. No. We had so much fun practicing. We practiced a lot. Actually, to be straight honest, we were like, we're not getting pregnant for a long time. And then like my husband didn't pull out one time. And I was like, do you know what happens when you don't pull out? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And then like we practiced for a while and I was like, this is cool. But like it does. Like it just, sex becomes... It's fun. And then like you're practicing to have a baby whenever you're ready to have a baby and you're practicing a lot and you keep it sexy and it's a lot of fun. And some people are just like nymphos and they like to have sex all the time. But like, I'm not saying we weren't like that because we were at the beginning. And then like, as you start to date a little bit, I feel like you kind of like, I don't want to say your sex fizzles out, but like you're not banging 5 times a day. Right. Like you were before. But like you have to keep it fun. And then like once we got pregnant, we were living apart for 9 months. For the first 12 weeks of being pregnant, I was like, don't boink me because what if something happens?
Right.
I was
What
like,
if you book the
what
baby?
if you
Yeah.
mess up my kid?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, nope. And then like my second trimester, we did it. And then like third trimester, you're just fucking fat. So it's
Yeah,
hard.
so
I mean, I should not say just fat. People take that the wrong way. I
Yeah.
loved being pregnant. I love being fat like that. I would do it again tomorrow. But like then it's just hard. So then like, there was one point I was like, Andrew, we have to do it because like if I heard that your semen could make me go into labor, so like, come on. And then he was like, Aubree, it's to the point where it's like a job. And he was like, I feel like I have to get in there and perform. And I was like,
You do.
You do. And like, I hope it's a lot. So no,
Does it feel different whenever you're pregnant?
I couldn't move. Like we weren't together. I shouldn't say we weren't together enough, but like we didn't. The time that we were together, it wasn't like we need to fuck. Like we needed to hang out together. We needed our time together. But then it was to the point where I was just so big and like you can you're not supposed to lay on your back since like I'm laying on my side and then I just had my gut here and then sometimes Creed would like start kicking and I'm like, and then you pee a lot. You have to pee a lot when you're pregnant. So I'm like, did I pee? Like, did I wet the bed while we were doing it, or did I squirt? Like I don't know. But like even like when like now I actually learned this from a different podcast. Tanner Mann is the girl that I like her name. Her name's Tanner. She's a girl. Yeah, Tanner Mann. But she's gorgeous. Her and her husband have like this great relationship. They have 2 kids. And it was about how to not be a roommate with your significant other. Because you do, like you can fall into that habit. And I told Andrew, obviously after I did not have my baby vaginally. I had a C-section.
Okay.
Still terrified to have sex because my kid was down there for 10 hours before they decided to do a C-section. So things were still a little iffy down there. And I was scared to have sex. And then as soon as I got cleared, I was like, I still don't want you to touch me down.
Yeah.
And it's different when your nipple, like you breastfeed, everything's just different. But I told Andrew, I was like, you know, I don't want to fall into the roommate phase with you. And I was like, we literally have a set day that we have sex. And if we have it more than that, that's great. Or like, obviously if I'm on my period, it's not going to happen because that's different too when you have a baby. But like we try to keep our marriage fun. Like you said, you and Ricky don't stop dating each other. You guys still have a date night when you go out. That's my number one tip is like still have fun with your significant other because I feel like so many times people just fall into like this trap or like it's like, yeah, we go out to eat, but you're not going on a date.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like that's another thing too. Like once you have kids, we have friends that are pregnant or had kids and Andrew's like, your life doesn't end when you have a baby.
Yeah.
Like Andrew still goes and has his fun trips and goes to go do guy things. I went out of town with my friends. I came here like I could have a night if we're like, hey, let's go have wine and go out. Like, Andrew would be like, sure, go. Like, our life does not end because we have a kid. But, like, we have a set night. Like, if our sex is also a priority, like, keep it fun.
That's good.
It's weird,
Yeah.
but it's fun. I mean, like, I'm a grown adult, and I'm like, I have to have sex on this day. Don't call me. I'm having sex.
That's funny. Is it like on Wednesdays?
It is. Actually, I really like that it's hump day. Like Tuesday, I'll be like, babe, tomorrow's hump day. And sometimes I'm even like, I shaved for you.
Oh my gosh.
That's what happens when you're married. Like, I don't know.
You have to get like creative and like keeping it fresh and like keeping it fun. Because like 99% of the time in a situation where people say like my marriage is going to shit or like blah, blah, blah. My first reaction is, are you guys having sex?
Yeah.
If they're like, well, like we did like last month, I'm like, that's your fucking problem. Like,
You still have to boink.
Yeah.
Boink.
Slapped a boink.
Yeah.
Slapped a boink.
You still have to boink. You still have to do the dirty. But it is. Like, that is, like, I hate to say, like, oh, prioritize sex. Sex shouldn't be the only part of your, but, like, and also, this is another tip. You have to talk about the hard things. Like, there's sometimes, Andrew will always be like, what the fuck did you do that for? Or why didn't, and, like, he'll call me out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Or he'll be like, but I did this time. Like, can you do it? Like, we always, actually, just the other day, I think I apologized to him because I didn't want to get up with Creed. Like, I'm so sorry that I made you do that. And he was like, we're a team.
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing. Like, a lot of people don't see it that way. Like, they're kind of like, I don't want to say opposing teammate. Like, you know.
No, people use it against one another. It's like, oh, like, if I'm like, hey, babe, will you go get me that drink? And he's like, you didn't go get the drink the last time I asked you to get me something. And I know I've said it on an episode before, like something I always say is I get mad when people say marriage or relationships is 50-50. I'm like, absolutely not. It is 100, 100. Like, and there are days that I am like, Ricky, I only have 30% today.
Yep.
And Ricky just knows, okay, I have to fulfill that 70% today to make that full 100. And vice versa. It's like on days that I know he only has 20%, I know I have to pick up the slack and get the rest of the 80%.
Yep.
Like the people that use it against each other.
No. Like we can't do there actually, and there was one day too that I don't remember what I said to Andrew, and Andrew was like, stop. Like, are we keeping score now?
Right.
And I don't remember what I even said. And I was like, you're right. And I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't realize that. Like, there's times that, like, I'll be like, he'll have to reel me back in. Like, he's like, nope, we're not doing that. And I'm like, you're right. I can't believe I said that to you. I'm so sorry. Like, but it is. You find somebody that picks up your slack and you still have fun.
Okay, do you have tips for a 23-year-old? Me?
Yeah, put yourself out there.
Yeah, Bree.
Okay, Kansas City is the #1 worst place to date.
You Googled that.
And the guys suck. Like, the guys seriously suck.
I had a really bad date here one time, so I can't say that. But there's good-looking men here, surely. I haven't walked around here for a long time. I haven't been to Kansas City for a while. But, like, where are you trying to meet guys? The bar?
The bar.
That's
the
why.
bar.
That's your problem.
Yes.
Where else? That's what I like to do.
Gym.
The gym.
No.
Internet, Instagram. It's where my husband found me.
Tried that one too.
Slide into some DMs.
I don't know. I'm also still like trying to find myself.
Find yourself first. Honestly, though, like Jesus Christ. When I met Andrew, I had spent a lot of time, like, granted, yes, I was out of town with my ex at the time, but like I had spent a lot of time by myself. I moved into that apartment alone. Yep. If I wasn't alone, I was with Lorren and Ricky and Chad. Yeah. Like I literally, if that was who I was with all the time. Because it took me so much time. I didn't know myself after that relationship. I had no freaking clue who I was. Yeah. And I will admit that. Like I was a lost puppy dog. Yeah. And then finally when I told Andrew, take a shit or get off the pot. Like, are we gonna do anything or are we not? Because I knew myself. And find yourself. And then put yourself out there. Be like, I think that once you have confidence in yourself too, like, I'm not saying you're not confident. Yeah. But like once you're like, I know who I am, you can go out there and but then you get to choose. You get to be picky and choosy. Yeah. Which you said you are. You know what you want. Yeah. I think that is my best advice for any girl out there that wants to find somebody. Find yourself, get your confidence, because then you can go out there and be picky choosy. Yeah. Like for real. Yeah. I'm like at the bars, I'm like, oh, if I meet a guy, they'll come up to me. And you don't put yourself out there. Sometimes. What's your opening line? I show him my Abraham Lincoln tattoo.
Oh yeah, she is obsessed with Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
She has her penny, her heads up penny. She loves Abe.
Yeah, I love it.
She has
I like having an
Abraham Lincoln sticker on her car.
Yeah, I like. What sparked that? When I was little, I just became very interested.
She dresses as Abe for Halloween. Yeah, like
I've just had a weird. Like every Halloween you do? No, I did my like junior year of college. And then when I was 10, I did it. Like, I've just had a weird obsession with them. Like, I don't think I've ever liked something that much.
I only know this because I'm, like, infatuated with her dating life right now because I never got to experience that.
When was your last date? So, I don't go on dates. You need to. Yeah. It's a free meal.
How many messages do you have in your inbox on your dating app right now that you haven't fucking answered?
Dude, it's a fucking lot.
Yes.
Bree, put yourself out there. But I'm like, show some titties. Thing that I'm like, I don't even know what she has.
She has good ones.
Yeah, I got good titties. Yeah. Show them. But like. Don't show them. Don't do that. Oh, wait. Hidden 152. Let me see your phone.
152
Aren't
guys.
even good looking. Yeah. So what are you doing? Why are you playing hide ass? Because I'm like, well, you're not letting they don't fucking know me, and I have to like explain myself. But you're gonna have to do that anytime that you start dating. I know, but it'd be better. Some guy's gonna find you at a bar and be like, I know. But it'd be better if they met me in person first and was like, oh, this girl's funny as fuck.
Oh, this bitch.
Yeah, cool. Like, oh, I want to take her out. Not, hi, I'm Bree. No, I don't like that. But I had to do it.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Okay, but the thing is
your husband could be in there, Bree.
Can we like make a vlog and you guys come and we can put it on Not Girls?
Yeah.
When was your last date? The football season, like November, October. That was almost a year ago. Yeah, girl, guys, I know, guys. Oh my god, that was almost a year ago. People in the background on her dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You need to go on a date.
It scares me. I was almost going to go on a date and I canceled. Because I didn't have the energy. I wasn't like my full energy self. I didn't have the energy. I was telling you. I told him that. I know. I don't know.
Okay, if you go on a date, what if you go on a date and a guy is like, we're going to split the check? What would you feel? How would you feel?
I'd be like, bitch, I'm broke. No.
Bitch, no. I think you need to go on a date.
Yep. But like all these fucking guys, like they just want to get to know me and like, I'm like,
Brie, that's the point.
But I'm like, take me out on a date.
Yeah. Like to get to know you. Oh, you're saying they want to get to know you on the app.
Yes. They're like, so what do you do? And I'm like,
but you kind of, do you want to get to know somebody a little bit before you go to dinner with them?
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me in dating. I don't know.
Do you like girls?
No. No. Maybe because guys are fucking stupid, but
I didn't mean that in a bad way, but like it's 2024.
Yeah.
Maybe, but men do. They kind of suck. Yeah. I'm like you said in a previous episode, I couldn't date right now.
Well,
like
everyone's just also looking for situationships and like they don't want to commit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well.
They just want to fornicate.
I've also been in a situationship for about 9 months now.
You're still in one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm spilling all my tea today.
No, I like it. Did you say I'm a mess?
No, it's great.
I thought you pointed to me. I was like, I'm not. I'm married. I am married.
Yeah.
No, yeah. We've been,
Andrew's always like, what if another guy tried? I'm like, bitch, nobody wants me. Like, nobody wants me. I had a baby. I come with baggage now. I have baggage.
I come with baggage.
Like, I don't get that. Like, But if a girl tried to talk to my husband,
exactly,
she wouldn't have titties.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, we're still in the situationship.
Yeah.
You need to go on a date.
I know.
That's my other tip for girls. Go on dates.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
but
scary.
I say that because I didn't do that. Like, I did not go on dates. Did you go on dates?
Bitch.
Yes, no. She's been dating Ricky for too long. You've been married.
Our date in high school was like going to the movie theater and then eating Olive
But
Garden.
like whenever I am like this close to going on a date with someone, they're like, where do you want to go? Like, and I'm like, don't ask me that. Just fucking make plans.
Yeah. You need to put that in your bio on your dating app.
I do have you'll impress me, or I'll buy the first round if you can convince me to go on a date with you.
That's good.
And everyone just says, no, you're not buying. No, why would you buy? I'm like, shut the fuck up. And like,
you're like, it's a good time. Yeah. It's a good line. It's the hook, line, and sinker. You need to go on a date, and not with that guy.
Find a weekend, and you need to book out your Friday night, your Saturday afternoon, your Saturday night, your Sunday morning.
Oh my gosh, it's so scary.
What movie is that where the girl does that?
Yeah.
She just goes on dates.
She just goes on dates.
She says that she's not going to date anybody, or for a whole year she's going on dates. She's not going to be in a relationship with anybody. I think in the movie she ends up falling for somebody. Yeah. But you need to do that.
I know.
Yeah. And just like,
I just think people will think I'm weird.
No.
Like guys will think I'm like,
okay.
No. Best case scenario, your Saturday afternoon like date goes really fucking well and you don't want to leave him. Fucking cancel your Saturday night date.
Yeah.
You can tell people no. Like that's the good part too, is like the girls usually wear the pants at that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, any boys used to think I was weird, and then I met my husband and he's literally me in male form. Like 100%. He's weird. He's wild.
What am I doing next weekend? This weekend?
Finding a date.
I think I need to go like on a Thursday night.
Do it.
So then it's like, oh, I have to go home. I have to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good excuse. Work.
Yeah.
That's an adult thing.
Okay, you guys convinced me.
Bree's going on.
But now I have to find the guy.
These guys out.
How do you have that many messages in there and you just don't answer?
Because I just get it for validation that men like me. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm like, oh, yep, this guy likes me.
You know Emma, my friend that came in here the other day? She proposed to her husband.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. She proposed to him.
She wore the fucking pants.
Yeah, that's cool.
Does she still wear the pants?
Kinda. Yeah. Yeah. She proposed to him.
I'd propose to Andrew if I had to do it again.
Yeah. She was like, I'm not doing this.
And this guy was kind of my fault. He said, I like to plan us a fun date to my favorite cocktail bar. So I matched with him.
You fumbled the bag.
I matched with him and I didn't respond. It's like that. And
is that you on there?
Yeah.
Hot damn, let me see that picture.
Yeah.
Oh, she has a good dating profile too.
I know.
Yeah, I do. And I have one and it's like, my first thing.
Wait, why are
tell
you
me
not
something
dating?
about Abraham Lincoln. So people tell me facts about Abraham Lincoln.
Why are you not going on dates?
Because I'm just scared.
Brie, you're too cute of a girl to not go on dates.
I know. And I need to.
Lauren, why are you not like pushing her out the door?
She's messaged people. I don't know.
I have flirted back to these guys for her, and then she leaves them on red.
Then you fumble the bag when you go home, don't you?
Yeah, because I just don't have the energy to text back.
I do that sometimes with my friends, but not with men.
But
I
it's
mean,
like there's certain men that I'm like, ooh, like they message me. I'm like, yes, I want to respond.
But then why don't you?
But then other guys, I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Like, you're boring.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing is you don't have to respond. But like the ones that you want to respond to, do you respond to?
Well, it's all my situationships. So it's like toxic anyways. But I'm like, yeah, what are you doing?
You go back to them because they're comfortable. And I say that because that was me.
Yeah.
I think I just fucked this up. But
yeah.
wow.
Okay, I'll go on a date. Aubree encouraged me this
You have to
Thursday
go on a
night,
date.
I think. Well, no, I gotta wait till next week, so Lauren's back in town, so I can have her support.
Okay.
Okay, last segment of the podcast.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're gonna ask you would you rather questions.
Oh no, are they going to be some bad ones?
No, it's about like mean girl situations, like just how you would react.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather find out your best friend is secretly dating your ex, or discover your significant other has been flirting with your meanest frenemy? Enemy.
This is bad because I've had both of them happen. Damn. Okay, but my significant other is my husband. Okay,
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
oh fuck no! If my husband was flirting with anybody, his dick would be chopped off and I would be out of the house.
Okay,
So I guess the other one.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't matter because you're married.
But even like in a relationship situation,
Mm-hmm.
I think that one still.
Yeah.
What
The
was it? What do you-
significant other?
Yeah.
Wait.
No, not my
the other
significant
one.
other flirting.
Yeah.
Your best friend secretly dating your ex?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. She
Yeah.
can have him.
Because
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
that is
can
a
have-
telling, like, all right, we're no longer friends.
Yeah, we
you
don't-
made that decision for us.
Yeah.
No.
I agree. Okay. Next one. Would you rather have a mean girl expose your deepest secret to everyone, or have an ex spill all of the details about your private life in a tell-all social media post?
About my sex life or just like my personal life? What about my personal life?
All the details about your private life. Or the mean girl expose your deepest secret.
I feel like maybe the mean girl deepest secret.
Because I don't like if I wouldn't think that I would want somebody to know like every detail about like my life.
Your personal life?
Yeah, no.
And like you could
You
fight
could probably
the
I was gonna
bitch.
say you could but also you could probably like deny it. Like
Yeah.
this everybody if you think that girl's a mean girl, a lot of other people probably think that she's a mean girl.
True.
So you could be like, this bitch is lying.
Yeah.
Or like really like you stoop to that level of telling someone's deepest, darkest secret, like you're a piece
Like
of
throw
shit.
shit on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Agree.
that.
Okay.
Would you rather be forced to live with a mean girl
I did.
who constantly belittles you,
I did. She tried to kick my husband out of the house. I'm just kidding. Okay, sorry, keep going.
or work under a boss who makes your life a living hell every day?
I feel like I'd rather work for a boss that was shitty because you don't have to live with it. Like, you
Really?
can still go home.
So I feel like I would do the roommate one because I'm very good. Like if I'm pissed off at my roommate, I can just shut them out and act like they're not even in the house.
Yeah, but I'd like when I go home from work, I want that to be like my safe space.
Yeah.
I think that still.
The
I
boss?
do.
The boss.
Mhm.
The bus. What about you, Lauren?
I could work for somebody shitty. I've done it
See, I don't
before.
think I could. I would be so upset every day.
I think I would do the boss mainly because I just don't do well living with other people. Obviously, besides Ricky. Like, been there, done that shit. Everything causes an issue.
Mhm.
I think if I had a boss that made my life living hell, I think I would be able to turn it off at
Yeah.
once I got home.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wouldn't enjoy work like
Like
I
you
do
do
now.
now, yeah.
I wouldn't enjoy it, but I mean,
It is what it is.
yeah. I think I would do it, boss. Next one. Would you rather walk in on your roommate hooking up with someone on your bed or have a mean girl walk in on you during a private moment at a party?
What private moment at a party? What am I doing?
Like
Finger
sex.
banging myself? Oh.
Let's say you're hooking up with someone and a mean girl walks in on you.
Watch me work, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd probably
I'm
just
for sure
do
going
that.
that. I would literally, if I walked in on someone hooking up in my bed,
I think that's happened to me before.
if it was just some rando, I'd be fucking pissed. If it was like my best friend, like if,
I'd be like, okay.
I'd be like, whatever, clean the fucking sheets after
Yeah.
you're done. But
No, I think I would rather have somebody just walk in and be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oops. Okay. Last one. Would you rather have a mean girl spread a vicious lie that ruins your reputation at work, or have your significant other caught cheating with a colleague in front of everyone at the office? Definitely the vicious lie.
Yeah.
Because it's a lie.
Because it's a lie.
Yeah.
You could obviously like fight that it's a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, that last one's hard. Fuck. She's texting your situation.
No, I'm not. I wish. Just kidding.
Damn it, Brie.
No. I actually didn't see him this weekend, so that's good.
You need to see him this weekend?
No, I didn't see him this
Okay.
weekend.
Okay. Is that what you decided?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's everything. Do
I
you
think
have
so.
any last words of advice, words of encouragement, anything out there?
I'm
for
not
all the-
crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I used to be.
Anything else out there for the listeners? No?
I think I spilled the tea.
You did.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
2 real ones.
2.
My first one when I slapped that guy across the face.
Yep.
My second one, that girl at the bar. She really just fought me. I didn't get to do anything.
You didn't get a chance to wail on her.
That sucks. That was sad.
Yeah.
Like yelling fight. Yeah, I fought my brother one time. I punched him in the face at a very public event too. My parents were so embarrassed. It was not even funny.
You're a mess, Aubree.
I'm not surprised by that one bit.
I
Me
was
too.
bad.
I'm a mess too.
I think my husband really leveled me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned into
He's a
good person.
lover, not a fighter, but if he has to, he
would.
Yeah. Well, you gave me hope.
You have to go on a date.
Yeah, I will. Next Tuesday.
Okay. Deal.
Marking
Not
it.
going to.
She better.
I will. You gave me some
Bible?
encouragement. Bible. If I can find someone, should I just ask them and be like, can you take me on a date on Tuesday?
Just be that guy that says something about a cocktail bar. Be like, how's next?
I don't know if
Tuesday
he's
going?"
that cute.
Go find him.
We'll after this, we'll go through my hinge. All
Are we
right.
not, are we not off of this? Oh
No.
No.
That is the end of episode 7 of the Not Girls with Lorren and Brie and Aubree.
Peace.
Peace.